Hello, world, and welcome to another installment of the United Hour. I am your host, President Chad, and you know how we do it on a Thursday. We always have some guests on the inside. So let me bring these gentlemen in. We got the man Robert Wallace, the Robert, what is his nickname again?
Provocateur.
Provocator
Yes.
himself. How could I forget the provocator himself? And then we have a veteran to the program. Alan, how you doing, big brother?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Just
So we've got a lot going on. We have to talk a lot about Ten Hag. We have to talk about Paul Pogba and his statements. We got some positive news about Bruno Fernandes. But we are going to start off talking about internationals and international results. So let me pull up these results here. As we all know, Portugal, Italy, Macedonia, Turkey were all in group together they had to play a playoff to qualify to go through to the World Cup. Portugal won their game today, and everybody expected it to be Portugal versus Italy. But
ah,
Italy lost to North Macedonia. Macedonia scoring in extra time. It was nil-nil. Macedonia scored in extra time, and North Macedonia will be playing Portugal on Tuesday. So that is a major upset in the world of football. Portugal dominated Turkey, scoring 3 goals. You had sorry, Otavia, scoring the first goal, Jota scoring the second, and substitute Matthias Luiz coming on and scoring the third. I want to run through that game a little bit because obviously Manchester United had two players playing in that game. We had Bruno Fernandes starting, we had Paul Pogba starting. Um, that team also had David Silva from Manchester City and Diogo Jota from Liverpool. David Luiz is injured, so the same way he's not featuring for City right now, he didn't feature for Portugal. However, that game was really the Portuguese normally play very conservative football and they normally line up very conservative, but the coach did something different today and he played a lot of attackers in the game. You know, Ronaldo was on the pitch, Jota was on the pitch, David Silva was on the pitch, John Moutinho was on the pitch, Bruno Fernandes was on the pitch, and they dominated the game and scored 2 goals in the first half. Turkey pulled back one in the second half, got a penalty which they missed, which would have taken it to 2-2, and then they just Portugal killed off the game, scoring the third goal in extra time. So next week, Tuesday, Ronaldo and co are going to be in that playoff. Um, did I say Pogba? I see Phyllis saying that Pogba doesn't play for Portugal. Oh, okay.
yeah, you never mentioned Pogba.
If I said Pogba, it obviously was by accident. Probably I meant Jota. I don't know. Can't remember which player I would have been. And oh yes, and then also we had the Godalo starting the game as well. He played the whole 90 minutes. So we had 3 Manchester United players in that team. Good afternoon to Martin Phillip. So yeah, that is that. Let's run through a couple other scores. We have as I said, Sweden and Czech Republic, they have been battling it out. We have Victor Lindelof playing for Sweden, and that was 0-0, so it went to extra time. Right now, they are still in extra time, but Sweden is leading 1-0. Sweden just scored. Just scored. So Sweden might be looking to go through and face Wales, who defeated Austria by 2 goals from the man Gareth Bale. There is some talk about, Gareth Bale is one of those many long list of free agents. You know what I mean? Do people really would they really be interested in seeing him joining Manchester United? I don't know. But let's talk a little bit about what we came to talk about here, guys. Let's jump into some United news. Um, Ten Hag has been in talks with Manchester United. And when I say talks, I mean, you know, whether Zoom meeting, whatever. And he presented to Manchester United's board his vision and his philosophy for the club. It is also said in those conversations that Ten Hag outlined the players, that some of the players he would be interested in bringing in. He spoke about some of the players he might be interested in seeing depart. And it is said that he also spoke about bringing in an ex-player, preferably a Dutch ex-player, as part of his coaching staff. Now, from all reports, the meeting went well. Manchester United's higher ups were very impressed with Ten Hag's presentation. However, it is believed that they still want to talk to the likes of Pochettino and a couple others. I mean, to be honest with you, I only think the other person they want to talk to is Pochettino, because we keep hearing Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique playing is coaching Spain. The World Cup is in December. Manchester United is not going to hold on until December to hire a next coach. That is not going to happen. Um, and the other names, I don't think I just don't think is practical. I think the bottom line is the only other person they want to talk to is Pochettino. So, Alan, I want to start with you. How you feel about hearing about Ten Hag and the good meetings that took place between Ten Hag and the Manchester United board?
Well, I was following it myself for the past couple of days, and to me, it makes a lot of sense. You understand? Because you will bring a different style to United, something fresh, something new. And with with Ralph vision using younger players, Ten Hag fit the bill. Although Pochettino fit that kind of bill too, because he had relatively a young team mixed with some experienced guys. But Ten Hag's style for me is something that could set England alight. With the youth players and things that coming up through the academy and stuff. Because we have a lot of good players coming through the academy who we have on loan, like Ahmad and these players and things. So getting them all back for the summer under Ten Hag is only the sky is the limit with Manchester United. That is my take.
I hear that. I hear that. Robert, before we talk about the influence that Ten Hag would have on if he comes, right? Players like Donny van der Beek and stuff. We'll get into that in a little bit. What are your general opinion about the positive news, the positive talks, coming out about Ten Hag, and more so, I want you to zone into this whole, him wanting an ex-player, you know, and preferably an ex-Dutch player. You hear any names of Van Nistelrooy, who is doing his coaching badges right now. You hear any name of Percy. I believe he's also doing the same. You hear any names mentioned of Yat Stam. How do you feel about that? If if
Um,
if it comes true.
I don't know. I am always concerned when they want to bring in ex players. I'm very concerned. Um, no disrespect to these guys, but again, we keep bringing these people who are OJTs. I'm tired of us being linked to
Well,
OJTs.
well,
Like,
Yat Stam wouldn't be an OJT.
nah, I'm sorry, you got fired from his last job. I don't care where you are. You're no, you are an OJT. You're not. I'm. I want us to hire actual coaches, like actual coaches who have actual experience, who are actually doing big things in the world. I
But
am.
so let me ask you a question. You
Mm,
don't think, right? There was all this talk about bringing Rooney
I don't care about Rooney.
with Kane with not sorry
No,
not Kane
no,
Keane to
right?
back up.
No,
You
no,
wouldn't you don't
no,
think having a personality and
no,
no nonsense,
no.
you
I'll tell
know,
you why.
person like
Because
Yatstam would come
it's
and change the
this.
culture at
No,
Manchester United?
because it's the same. We need to. I understand we have this love for our history, but it's just that history.
No, but Robert,
Liverpool, no, but Liverpool, right, got rid of their history, right, to win. They still respect it, but they gave up on Dalglish. They gave up on these things, and they moved forward. We need to move forward. I want us to bring in the best in class. You're gonna bring in Ten Hag, bring in the best coaches for him, bring in the director of football for him. I don't want to hear about Ferdinand and and Rooney
Well,
and Roy Keane.
Ferdinand,
I don't want to hear about none of these guys. I don't want to hear about any of them because they don't offer anything except a bunch of of history, and I'm tired of history. I'm tired. I'm tired of
good
history.
afternoon to Valentino.
You know, you
Ferdinand
go.
came out because there was an article saying that Ferdinand put up his hand,
So
saying that
what?
he would be interested. But Ferdinand made it clear.
I'm
He
tired,
came out
man.
and made it clear that no, he is not interested in the assistant job. He never put
I
out anything saying that,
mm,
and whoever reported that was false. Alan, weighing on what Robert said, what are your thoughts? Do you think
well,
there's benefits to bringing in as an assistant coach somebody who would have played at Manchester during the successful period and would understand the culture of United? Do you think there's value to that?
yes, I think a lot of value because two things. These players and them are former, we know are former United players. And two, they are Dutch players. Ten Hag is a Dutch coach coaching in Holland. So it should be a nice fit. You
mm,
understand? Because you have Yapstam who is a world class defender. You
mm,
understand? You have Van Nistelrooy and Van Persie, who were two lethal strikers. So just in that department, those two departments alone, should benefit Manchester United and they will get to understand the Dutch style of football. It come like you bring in the Dutch style of football in England. You know, something new. Just like how Klopp bring that kind of German mentality, that kind of fast pace, you know, full stamina to Liverpool, and you're seeing what it has done for Liverpool right now. You understand? So for me, everybody know what style. You understand? They don't know the unknown in Ten Hag. They will just see him. But to actually have him with world class players in Manchester United, it should be something to experience. You
I see
understand?
Jeffrey trying to give Robert a heart attack. Jeffrey is saying an opportunity like this is where Ole should be an assistant to learn
no,
more.
no, no. You see, this is something that, in a weird way, right, wouldn't make sense. Once Ole is in the back, and I mean in the back,
So you
in the
have
back of
a
the
problem with
class,
Yatstam, but you wouldn't
yeah,
mind them bringing back Ole.
at least Ole won a league somewhere, right? What did the Upstam win? I no, you see, I am look. I am not
No, no,
beating
no.
men.
I'm not arguing with
I'm
you
not
at all.
upset.
You
I'm
are
not
totally correct. You are
no
factual, but
right. I'm not
you see,
saying
I would
anything
tell you
bad about
this.
these guys.
The Ten Hag is going to be
Mm,
coming in, if he does, as the head coach. It is
right.
said he works very well with his assistant coach. He would want to
Mm,
bring his assistant coach from Ajax. Okay.
yes.
Um, so he's looking for another assistant coach. I Let me tell you something. I don't think people appreciate the importance of bridging the gap between coaching staff and players. Ten Hag obviously recognizes, because we could recognize it from the outside, that there are issues in that dressing room and it needs a culture shift. coming from the outside and in on the inside is one thing, but it is good if you have somebody who could bridge that gap, who knows what it is to be a player, who knows what it is to win things with Manchester United, who the players would respect, but who also would be able to help shift that culture, bring the coaching mentalities culture into that dressing room and into the club. I personally think that is why he wants that person. It is not for their technical ability. So I don't think, I'm not saying that you wouldn't ask your assistant coach's advice, but I don't think Ten Hag needs help from Yatstam, from anybody, from Ole. I hear name people saying, Molenstein might be a good person to bring back as well. He was very technical under Sir Alex, and he was a coach. But again, when he left Manchester United, what did he do? What did he go on to do and where did he go and have success? So I think it's just a matter of trying to bridge the gap. That's what I
Mm.
think he's about. Um, we'll see how that goes. But I like everybody else. I like the sound of it. I just want to take 2 minutes and talk a little bit about the history of Ten Hag. I don't know I can't remember the name of the two clubs that he started coaching in Holland, right? But they're not really important because none of us would know the name of them anyway. He helped get a club to promotion. He also helped get a lesser club into Europe for the first time. Well, the first time in 17 years. Um, and then he got the call up to Ajax. He has won the league. Now, when he first went to Ajax, Ajax was not winning the league. There's this perception is Ajax is win the league every year in Holland. That's not
Yeah.
the case. When Ten Hag got there, they did not win the league the year before, right? This is not PSG in France. There's genuine competition in Holland. Right now, it's a close race. Ajax only 2 points ahead. So, it wasn't an easy job. And what made the job even more difficult is when he first came into Ajax, they had a sell off. So he had to rebuild the team from scratch. And then the second time around, he there was a second time that he also had a sell off. Yes, Devin is reminding me that he also had a stint as an assistant coach in Bayern Munich, right? Where he would have been an assistant to
Pep
Pep
Guardiola.
Guardiola. So, the guy has a decent resume, and most importantly, he has the ability, the knowledge of building a team and getting it to win. It wasn't like, yeah, I'm building a team from scratch. So, let's just challenge, finish in the top three in Holland, and then win the next season. Mm-mm. He rebuilt the team and started winning. Reached semifinals in the Champions League, reached a final in the Europa Cup. You understand what I'm saying? So he was rebuilding and winning at the same time. Now, it's the Dutch League. By no means suggesting that if Tenan comes, we're going to be able to rebuild and win at the same time. But I would definitely expect him to be able to, you know, to be able to bring some winning to Manchester United. Martin Phillips is saying, ask Arsenal manager. He did just that at Man City, and I assume he's talking about the fact that he was an assistant coach at Manchester City. So Manchester United is supposedly still interested in talking to Pochettino. But PSG seems to be playing a little hardball. They haven't yet given Manchester United permission to talk to Pochettino. Robert, do you think we should still be trying to talk to Pochettino? Or now that we're hearing that there's some issues between Nagelsmann and the board at Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich may be looking to come in for Ten Hag, do you think we should just try to grab Ten Hag before
I
Bayern Munich comes knocking?
I believe that the board and ex players, the same ex players that I think have the ear of the board, I believe that their choice is Poch. Now they are wrong because Poch is, I mean, not to say that when Poch is a serial, he doesn't. win things. But Poch is
He's
that
a
name
serial
love,
competitor. He likes to
right?
compete.
Right,
Our
but
runners up.
yes, but Poch, right? But remember, Poch is the more sexy name, right? Poch will look sexier on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube. It will look sexy. You know what I mean? It will look nice. It will look special. The same way how Di Maria looks sexy, Ego looks sexy, Pogba looks sexy, and that is why we will. Because I honestly believe that the board and ex-players have in their brain that Poch is the man to carry us forward. So we will do, and we will not. And Ten Hag will leave and go probably to Bayern Munich, and we will get Poch, and we'll be back in the same circle over and over and over again. Because I don't think the board wants, really and truly wants to fix this club. I don't think so. Because if they did, you interview the right man for the job. He is there. He will cost £5 million, I believe, to get him.
Which is
It
a
will
lot less
cost,
than Poch would cost.
correct. So what is the problem? The problem is that they want Poch. They want an excuse, right, to delay so that they can get Poch. Because in their mind, Poch is the name that they want. So I mean, it's not my choice because if you can't win the league with PSG, you are failure as a manager. If you can't win a tie against Real Madrid and you are 2-0 up with Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi, you are a failure. And Poch could have been good 5 years ago, 4 years ago, but today, not now. We need to we need to move forward. We need to move forward. And if Ten Hag is what we want to do, because remember, Ten Hag and Pochettino are two very, very different coaches. They have two very different styles of playing, which requires two very different types of players. So if you don't know what kind of manager you want, how can you then go to players? Whereas if you hire Ten Hag now, right? You bring in his people now. We can identify who we want to buy. But I think the problem is money. That's what I believe. I believe Ten Hag wants players. Um, Pochettino will come to this club and say, "No, I'm okay with Fred. No, I like Scott. No, I like Harry." He will be happy with everybody because he'll be happy just to be here in a job. I believe that. I mean, that's just what I think. It's just what I believe. I don't think
Aaron,
that they are
I mean,
serious.
after listening to a man like Robert, sometimes you just want to go outside and with a rope and find the nearest tree. You
No, but
understand?
no, but I mean,
No,
you know how it goes.
what you
I
have to
know how this thing
understand
goes.
with Manu board, they like Galactico signings. You
Yes.
understand?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can make the
I
new.
don't think so. I think Ed
Yes.
Woodward like Galactico signings. I don't know that the board like Galactico signings, but go ahead.
You think Arnold might be the same cloth cut from the
I
same boat
don't think Arnold is cut
or
from the same
mortal?
cloth as Ed at all.
All
Because
right.
if he is, it don't matter who we bring. You understand? We could bring Johan Cruyff to Manchester United. We would still lose because it definitely have some issues in the back that needs fixing.
Mm.
Well, to
And
me, Poch cannot deal with the egos that it will have in the club. And most likely, Cristiano Ronaldo should be there for another year, right? For one
Mm-hmm.
more year. Final
Yeah.
hoorah. You can
well,
have the likes
that
of
is something a lot of people say about Ten Hag, that he's a young manager and Ten Hag
Mm.
mightn't be able to deal with the personalities. But you saying that you don't think Poch would be able to deal with the
no.
personalities. Why is
Well,
that? Because of what you see at PSG?
of course, all good coaches, Tuchel, Emery, all of them who went there before, they had the issues with these guys and them. You understand? That's why they can't advance nowhere because as they say in the news today, they do not respect the coaches. They see them as just a figurehead. and not somebody to respect. They're playing their own ball, how they feel fit to play.
Well, I actually think that what is going on at PSG is what Manchester United is on the cusp of. Player power. You understand? Where the players feel that they're running the show.
Well,
And
well,
you know, they feel they're above the
but
manager.
that's why you have to have a no nonsense man who will put it up to the board. Here we're going is either you want me or you want the players. And with the players doing their own thing, nothing is happening because history has shown it over the last couple of years, right? The Lambase Jose Mourinho, but Jose Mourinho knew what he was talking about because he accustomed to professionalism. His style was totally different. But it's when the players started to come out and say they don't like the football and attack, attack, attack. It started from there more or less. You understand? Under Louis Van Gaal, they had a lot of respect for him. You understand? Although the football was boring and well, the fans kick up against that, so they got rid of him, bringing up a Galactico signing coach again and in the form of Mourinho. But it went toxic because Mourinho knew what he had to get to fix the club. But according to Robert, they really don't want to fix the club. They just want to make sure they're in Champions League. And if they see they're reaching a point which part they're not getting top four, they might invest in a player either in January to help fix it. But I can tell you this year, this season, things backfiring on them. You understand? Because they were supposed to at least bring in two players, even if it's not young players, bring in two players or not loan out all the whole bench. Because as you see in games right now, you don't have a strong bench, somebody strong enough to come on, to help change the game. You understand? When things ain't going good, that is it. We had to settle for what we get.
Yeah.
You understand? But as I say, Ten Hag to me is the better person.
I I I I hear that. I think most United supporters, I believe there was a poll done. Most United supporters would prefer Ten Hag, but we need to remember that, as Robert was saying, the Manchester United board has had a bit of an infatuation with Pochettino for about 5 years now, right? You
But
know what I mean? This is
they're
not
trying,
the first time or the second or the third time that he would be linked to Manchester United. So let's see what goes on. What you was going to say, Alan?
yeah, but they're trying to get Harry Kane also to him. They don't want Harry Kane
Mhm.
to go by things. So they know if they're luring Poch, it should be like
Enough.
the next step to get Harry Kane inside.
Mm.
I hope that Manchester United going forward. Let me tell you something. In life, you have to learn from your mistakes. We bent over backwards and made Sanchez the highest paid player at this club to prevent him from going to Manchester City. That backfired on us big time,
Mhm.
right? We went and swooped in like the metaphoric eagle and snatched up Ronaldo because he might have been from the jaws of City. And
Or
the,
and don't
the,
forget
the,
Harry
the
Kane. Eh? Sorry, don't forget Harry Maguire.
Harry
Don't
Maguire,
don't forget Harry.
right? I mean, Manchester United,
Robert, the man had a good World Cup.
Manchester United needs to, and this is why I hope that whoever, whether it's Ten Hag or Poch, that whoever comes in, that they are supported. Manchester United needs to get people in the inside who are going to focus on developing youth and bringing in the right people and not being reactionary. Well, we do want Harry Kane to go to City. Whether Harry Kane goes City, whether Haaland goes City, whoever goes City, what that have to do with Manchester United?
Well,
Preventing
not
Harry Kane from going City, is that going to make us challenge? If we're going after Harry Kane because we want Harry Kane, we know he's a 20 to 30 goal strike plus striker a season. I have no problem with that. But if we're going after Harry Kane because we don't want City to get Harry Kane, I ain't supporting that move at all. Let me just read this comment here from Jody, and then we're gonna head over to the next topic. Making a name and reaching the potential of the talent is two different things. Poch has turned Mbappe into a more complete forward player. And Jeffrey responded to Jody and said, United will only be going backward with Poch. Catch a sounding name doesn't necessarily mean success. Catchy, sorry. Sounding name doesn't mean success. I mean, one thing with Poch, he is definitely going to be the most well-dressed
Yeah.
Premier League manager with those black on black
Now,
suits.
um, I would say one thing, right? Um, if it is okay, if their intention, right, is to go and get Poch, right? If that is who they want, fair enough. Are they gonna give Pochettino the the tools? And I mean the correct tools to succeed. Are they? I mean, are they gonna bring in proper coaches for him? Are they gonna bring in proper um, physios for him? I mean, are they gonna bring in the proper players for him? Because those, if the answers right to those questions are all no, then I don't see the point in bringing Poch here. Because yes, it will look nice and he will look good, but then what comes from that? You know, what comes from it? Like I like we have been saying for weeks now. I think you yourself said it chat last week. We again, I think we have said this like for the past 2 3 years. Every August, we are on the cusp of something. We said that last year, and again we've seen it this year. We are on the precipice. It's either we are going up the hill or we are going back down. And I think as a team, as a club, people need to really actually really actually like look at the club as it is and really see it for what it is and really decide what is their priority. You know, like if your priority is to make money, fair enough. Tell me as a fan, Robert, our role now, this club is to make money, right? And and I'll say okay. But don't tell me, right? We are trying to win. We are trying to do things, and then I don't see it. You know?
Well, that is why I keep saying we gotta wait until the summer. Because since Edward Wood has left, the club has been saying a lot of the right things. The
Hmm.
ownership has come out and said, we top four is not good enough. We're trying to win trophies, and you know what I mean. So it's like, okay, well,
Just
they're
a
talking
PR
at the
spin.
game. We've heard that Richard Arnold has told people within the club he is not going to be lording over football matters. Let football people deal with football matters. He's going to deal with the commercial side. Okay, that sounds good. So, I mean, it's not going to take long enough
No.
between now, how fast this goes, how fast we move in the transfer market is going to answer all of these questions for us in short order,
Yeah.
right? We're
If
going to soon find out if Manchester United is really turning a corner and going in the right direction, or if it's just going to be more of the same as it was when Ed Woodward was there.
if
But
I see
guys,
it
it's an
coming,
international break,
mhm,
and every international break, what is international break without a Paul Pogba story? I mean, it Paul Pogba story and an international break just go hand in hand. That's just how it is. Paul loves to talk to the media when he's on break. So I am not going to go through all the statements that Paul Pogba made because I don't
mhm.
think it make any kind of sense to do that. I am just going to paraphrase a couple at a time and throw them out at you. So, Alan, I want to head to you first. Paul Pogba says, I'm paraphrasing, he didn't say this in these words, but he said that he practically wasted 5 years here at Manchester United because he wants to win stuff and he's not winning anything right now, right? Wherever he goes, wherever he is, he wants to win stuff and he's not winning, right? Um, he was also asked about PSG, and he said it'll be a wonderful thing to play with his his French compatriots at PSG. It's always wonderful to play with people who who play in the same national team as you. And Alan, before you respond to those things, I want to say this. You see, all of the Paul Pogba apologists, I don't want to hear anything from you. All of these people who like to say, oh, well, Paul doesn't say this and Paul doesn't say that is Mino Raiola. Paul Pogba never comes out and backtracks anything Mino Raiola says.
They don't deny nothing.
And these statements are just as inflammatory as these things Mino Raiola says because it says a lot by what is said and by what is implied. So I don't want anybody to be talking about Paul Pogba like if he's some good guy being taken advantage of, like if he's a prostitute and being pimped around by Mino Raiola. Paul Pogba is a big, hardback man that knows exactly what he's doing and supports his agent when his agent does it. And people just need to accept that fact. No more excuses for Paul Pogba, right? So that being said, what are your thoughts on those two statements, Alan?
Well, to me, first thing first, Pogba is a snake, right? Because he hasn't shown the grit that is needed for a Manchester United player. Him back in the days when he wanted to play, and Fergie told him that he wasn't ready yet. He took that to heart. So coming back here for the other time under Mourinho, it was like, okay, I can't get to do my thing because he's all about flair. Looking good in a star-studded team, which is the French team, the French national team, because they won the World Cup. They have Mbappe, they have Kante, they have all these good players around him. What you have to do as a player, you have to realize who you're playing with, right? Who your teammates are, and you cannot be in a team and you're looking down to your play. You have to bring them up to your level. You have to be the leader, just like how the Roy Keane's was and thing. Roy Keane wasn't exceptional, but he was a motivator. He used to bring everybody with him. You understand? So Pogba knows he cannot do that. He don't want to do that. You understand? That's too much work for him because in the French national team, everybody doing what they had to do. So he just there for flamboyancy until the sham say, here we're going on. Play my football simple. You understand? And then you will see a different Paul Pogba after 2 games. You understand? But on the other hand, with Raiola and stuff with the PSG stuff and thing, they're just looking for a good payday. He want to be ranked like the kind of money Mbappe and them getting. It's not about playing with your French national players. It's about the paycheck. At the end of the day, they Pogba last hurrah. Real
So
Madrid ain't gonna give that kind of money.
so Robert, according to Alan, Paul Pogba is just a mercenary. He just
Yeah,
following the money.
he is.
One of the other things that Paul said was that when he knows his position and his role in the French team, but in the Manchester United team, he's he suggested that he's unclear about his position. Now I'll be honest with you. Again, the Pogba apologist. I'd like to talk about put the best players around him and play him up in the 10, play him up more advanced. Jose Mourinho had Pogba playing where he played for France. At one point in time, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer played Pogba next to Matic and had him playing in his position where he plays for France. In recent times, because Paul doesn't give sufficient cover in that position, they've started playing Pogba higher up the pitch to reduce his defensive duties. Right? Um, but to me, it sounds like you're throwing your coaches and you're throwing Manchester United under the bus. because all of this moving Pogba forward is to facilitate putting you in the team. The other option is to leave your ass on the bench and play Fred and Scott,
It's
right?
true.
But you do appreciate that managers trying to get you on the field for you to show your speciality. You do appreciate that. As far as you're concerned, you don't know you playing. You can so in effect, Paul is saying he's confused when he's at Manchester United and in France in the French team. The football is easy and is not complicated because he knows his position and the Shams puts him to play in his position. What say you? What say you, provocative?
Um, it's nothing new. It's just the same old, same old. I mean, it's years now we going through this whole dance with him and with Paul and us. Um, I I think Paul came back to Manchester with the best of intentions. I think the 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 board let him down. The the manager not so much, but I think remember 'cause I mean I don't think Paul Pogba was a Jose Mourinho signing. Paul Pogba was a Manchester United signing. Manchester United signed Paul, not Jose Mourinho, right? So all this talk now about about going PSG, right? All this is just he has nowhere else to go. Paul could have left 2 years ago, but he didn't because he had nowhere to go. Paul could have left last year, but he didn't because again he had nowhere to go. This year now he can leave for free, and and now you're here talking about PSG because the Real Madrid train that going. Barcelona is going in this direction. Bayern Munich the ones you. Juventus can't afford you. So now there's PSG. And again, yes, go. You can go to PSG and he can win a league in PSG. Great. And then what? And then what? You will not win Champions League with PSG because PSG is cursed. You won't win it, right? So
Uh,
go France, go France and have your fun. I'm just saying this: Mbappe will be gone. Messi will be 36 or 37 by that time. Neymar would be what 32, something so.
Yeah, but Neymar mightn't be there.
He might not be there,
Who knows?
right? Who
that's
knows?
a fit
So
match team, brother.
right,
Right?
so let him go.
That's a
Mingo
over 30 team right now.
go. I mean, my only thing is that it makes us as a club look really stupid because we gave him away for free. We paid 80 for him, and now he's leaving again on a free.
You have to understand the agent the man have. You
Mm,
understand Raiola is a very smart man. He
yes.
knows when to put Pogba in the
Yeah,
shopping window.
but it should be told we should have we should have allowed Raiola to to move Paul Pogba on when Zidane was at Real Madrid, and we may have actually gotten something from it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because since Zidane has left, Real Madrid has shown no interest in Paul Pogba. And exactly what Robert said is exactly what I believe. The
Mm-hmm.
only reason Paul Pogba is interested in going to PSG is because they are the only people who would pay him his salary. You understand? Juventus want him, but they can't afford him. Real not interested. Barcelona not interested. So it come like, where you gonna go? You
Mm-hmm.
understand? And that is what it is with Paul. And as you said, Alan, it just come like it just running down the dollars.
Yeah,
That's
Mm-hmm.
what it is. You're running down the dollars.
the man
Um,
starting already.
so
Because,
to
well,
go
I'll say one
ahead.
thing, right? If Paul really and truly, right, wanted to be a legend, he could have been enough. He could have been the man to come back here and drive this club to greatness. He could have been. I think in his mind, he thought that he could have been that guy. But then he realized, wait, this is too much work.
The
This is too much
mentality not
work.
there.
No,
He
no, no,
not
no, no, no,
there.
no.
If
So
he
let
had,
me go
if he
and
had,
dab.
yeah, but if he had waited when Fergie told him, "Here we're going on, take your time, you will get your opportunity. You will be the man just now." Because Paul Scholes and them fellas and them was going out.
Yeah.
You will be the man to take over. You
Mm-hmm.
understand?
Mm-hmm.
So if he had stayed, we will be talking a different talk right now. We will be
Yeah.
saying we don't want nobody to come for Paul Pogba. You
Yeah.
understand? Sign a new deal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
club will be in a different direction. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? But
Well,
that's how it
guys, I
is.
mean, I for one, I like Paul Pogba, and as much as I like him, he wouldn't be missed. You
Is
know.
that why he shaved his head bald? Is that why?
Well, Paul Pogba also said one of these statements he made. He spoke about depression, and he spoke about that he himself would have suffered, and that many footballers suffer from depression from time to time. He speak about wanting to isolate himself, and that those are signs, and he knows what the signs are when he's feeling depressed. So who knows? I mean, he may also be feeling a little depressed right now because after the break-in at his home, right, during the Manchester Derby, one of the items they stole was his World Cup winners medal. I mean, that is enough to
Mm-hmm.
make anybody depressed. So,
Yeah.
maybe he cut his head bald because, even morning, I don't know.
No, but
Tomorrow
mhm.
is the 25th, and tomorrow we are going to be having the draw. We are going to do it live. We are going to come on, and we'll keep posted to this channel, keep posted to the Facebook page, keep posted to the Twitter account, to Instagram. We're gonna let you all know on the Man United Supporters Caribbean page what time we're gonna be doing that draw. But we're gonna be doing that draw live for the Bruno Fernandez signed T-shirt. That is the One Love United draw is going to be held here tomorrow. So today is the last day. This is the last show for you to have an opportunity to take part in this promotion. One Love. The One Love United promotion. Here is your chance to win a signed Bruno Fernandez shirt. Yes, you heard me, a signed Bruno Fernandez shirt. To enter, just subscribe to the United Hour YouTube channel, like the most recent video on the channel, and comment. One Love United. Remember, each video you like and comment on counts as an entry. You can enter as many times as you wish. The winner will be announced on the 25th of March 2022. One Love. You must be subscribed to be eligible to win. One Love. That is right, people. The One Love promotion ends today, right? During this program is the last time, or this program is the last program that you can like and subscribe to, and you can write, comment, One Love. We already saw a comment earlier. Somebody putting in another entry. So as we're talking about a Bruno Fernandez shirt, Bruno Fernandez, it is said, is very close to signing a contract extension with Manchester United. Talk to me, Robert. How do you feel about that? Everybody don't feel a little excited about
Nope.
having Bruno here for the long haul?
No. 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 Because to me, there are more important things to think about. You know, what? Okay, if we sign Bruno, and that'd be great. What I don't want is for us to see a new message of Lingard new contract, Matic new contract. I don't want that.
No,
I
no, no.
want.
I want you to respond to this Bruno news in isolation.
Mm,
We don't know. We cannot compare Bruno to Matic
mm,
and Lingard in the first place. You're
no,
wrong. to even suggest that Bruno Fernandes and Lingard and Matic are on the same level.
Oh well, Kevin has a very interesting point. We want to give Bruno a new contract, right? So does the new manager even want Bruno in the team? No,
He
I
has
mean
no.
these are questions that they have to ask me. If okay, if
But
we
it's not.
really want to go in this new direction, right? Let's just say let's just say it's Ten Hag. What if Ten Hag says, I don't want Bruno on my team. Let him play and I'll play him. But let his contract expire because I don't want him.
Letting people contract expire is never good business.
No, but okay,
If
sell
you
him.
don't want Bruno on your team,
Right, sell him.
let me sell
Sell him.
Bruno.
Right. So then why are we so what I'm saying is that do not extend people contract until you know because what you end up in is what we in now. You have people like Phil Jones who's still here. Phil Jones have a next what 6 years again on like on his contract already? No, I mean no. But if you watch other teams, they don't do these things in isolation. You know,
Bruno
they
Fernandes has been a positive contributor to this
yes.
team
But if
ever
I'm
since
the
he
new
arrived.
coach coming in and I don't want him, then I will get rid of him.
Or but you can't say that. You have to give everybody a chance,
No,
And I think
no,
Bruno
five
could
one
play.
chances, five one
Nah,
chances,
nah, nah, nah. I
five one
think Bruno
chances.
could play that Ten Hag style of football if
I
he
have
come because
given
he's
this
very
club
technical.
a chance since 2014.
So just now, what you're saying, Robert, is you're not happy, but you're not sad about the Bruno extension. You just
No,
want the next manager to weigh in. If the manager say you want Bruno, give Bruno a extension. If he say you don't want
but
Bruno,
don't.
then look to
No,
sell Bruno.
yes,
That's
but
what you
right,
say.
but we can't like you have said today itself. The club needs to learn, might need to learn, okay? And part of learning is not doing the same dumb thing. So I think let's wait until we get the new manager in and let the manager decide do I want him or not.
All
Uh,
managers will want Bruno.
You
All
don't
man,
know. You don't know. He
come on
no
now,
no no
man.
no no no. He may come in and he may
Looking at the
have his
rest of the
ideas.
team there, looking at the rest of the team that they have, players that they have there, you figure they ain't gonna go for Bruno. You say give Bruno a sniff, they go get the rest of them. They go hold out
No,
that.
no.
Nah,
I'm
man.
just saying. You do. I mean, we don't know how this guy wants to play. You don't know. So, and what if he comes in and he okay? Let's say he comes in right, and he sees Bruno in training right. He sees all the tapes from the whole year of us playing football, and he decides, okay, Ronaldo, out the door. Bruno, out the door. He decides that these players here, I don't want them. Then what we have again is a situation where we have Bruno, yes, on a brand new contract, and we can't get rid of him, even though the manager doesn't want him. My thing is let the manager decide. Because again we have to buy in to his vision. So my thing is let's buy in. If it is that we're going with Ten Hag, let's go all in with him. Let him decide. Let his team decide, not the board, not us. Let him decide what he wants, like what he wants to do. And if his thing is keep him, then glory be, sign him up to a brand new 3 4 year contract. Sign him up, right? But if that is not the case, I think as fans we need to be prepared to say goodbye. I'm just saying to me, this summer, I don't care. No, to me, no one is safe. No one should be safe this summer. No one.
You
Not
remember
even
that?
Ronaldo.
But you gotta remember that contract was on the table under Ole,
Right?
No,
And
no. It wasn't on the table. They were working on it. They were working
well,
on it. They didn't finalize. And one of the reasons people forget, Bruno Fernandes came in on a very modest salary, right? I think
Mm.
Bruno Fernandes is on 100 and something, 120. Don't think he was,
120.
yeah, around 120, 25 a week. And then you had the likes of men like Harry Maguire. You
Yeah.
had the likes of people like Martial. You had the likes of these other people who really were not contributing anywhere close to Bruno's output. Earning more money, one matter. Salary was higher than Bruno Fernandes. Well, is higher than
Mhm.
Bruno Fernandes. So the whole idea was, we need to bring Bruno's salary up as well as give him a contract extension. And I think Bruno
Mm-hmm.
deserved that. Bruno should not be down there getting money, Phil Jones money,
Mm-hmm.
and his output is he has been the most consistent player at the club since he joined. Let's be honest. But go ahead, Alan. What are your
Yeah,
thoughts on? You don't necessarily have to respond to what Robert said. What are your thoughts on Bruno's contract extension? How do
I
you
think
feel about it?
I think it is well deserved, and it will bring him up to parity because, as you say, Bruno give his all. He's give his all. You understand? Just how he came in when he did. You see the transformation of the whole team. He knows what it is to be the leader. You understand? He wasn't given the leadership role because of the hierarchies and he's not an English player and
Mm-hmm.
he now come on these things. But he has shown over the last 2 seasons he can lead from in front, right? And to me, he really deserves that. But some time ago, Bruno said that he wasn't interested in a pay rise as yet because he wanted United to be back on top, win trophies and these kind of things before. And then he's saying to the board that he wa- he didn't deserve it because he hasn't helped the team in the way in which he envisioned it to be. You understand? He got them out of the mud, but he wanted to carry them all the way. And him losing the Europa League final, he felt like he failed the whole of Manchester. Not just the club, but the supporters too. You understand? Because everything is Bruno Magnifico. You understand? The Portuguese Magnifico. So with that, now he reach a point where he will go into like his final 2 years or that kind of thing. His value will drop. So they want to ensure if anybody comes in for him or the coach doesn't want him, they will have a longer contract
You're
whereby
gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay good
pay
money.
more money. You understand? For him.
I agree.
And that's the market. That's how the market is.
We shouldn't let a man like Bruno Fernandez go cheaply.
Yeah, and that's
Before we head into the top shutter and Bobo of the week segment, Wayne Rooney has been inducted into the Premier League or the English Premier League Hall of Fame. How do you feel about that, Robert?
It is very well deserved. Very, very well deserved. I mean, the guy has been I mean, when you talk about the all-time greats, you have to say Rooney. You have to say it. I mean, the man was great. You know what I mean? And to me, it is very, very, very well deserved. Very well deserved. Very well deserved.
And additionally to Wayne Rooney being inducted, going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame is Patrick Vieira, one of our arch nemesis from
What do you do?
Arsenal.
What did you do? You don't deserve to be there.
he
The
was
man, was-
part of the Invincibles.
the man drew 12 games. No, he did
That's
nothing.
Arsenal
You
greatest claim
got
to fame,
beat up by Roy Keane. No, you don't deserve nothing, man. You don't deserve nothing. He's a big bully. You know? That's all he is.
Without Patrick Vieira, when they had the competitions and things, the
Well,
games when they be
that
when
that is very true.
Arsenal meet Manu. You
That well, that
understand?
that's very true. That's
Those
very
were the
true.
highlight.
That is
Keen
very
and
true.
Patrick.
Yeah.
That was the highlight. They're not like Liverpool and thing again. They were dead.
No.
You
Yeah. That.
understand?
Yeah. That is very very true.
for
You know.
real.
Mm.
So let's get into the last segment of the show, the top shutter and the boo boo of the week. For those who don't know, the top shutter of the week is, just that person who's having a really good week. They're doing well. They deserve some kind of accolade. They're really performing at the highest standard, whether it's a player, whether it's a manager, whether it's something football related. It may be unrelated to football, but we would like to keep it on football. And the boo boo of the week is that person who's having a horrible week. They walk outside and clouds form over their head. Nothing seems to be going right for them
Mm.
at all. So I will go first, and my top shutter this week is indeed the man Wayne Rooney for being inducted into the Premier League's Hall of Fame. I think when you're talking about scoring goals, Rooney took the lead by storm as a 16-year-old for Everton. And he
Mm.
came to Manchester United and he lived up to that. He continued scoring goals. He broke goal scoring records at United. He broke goal scoring records for England. Wayne Rooney, in the end, he probably stayed on a little too long at the club, but overall, his tenure is top notch. And I mean, I will never forget all the days of my life. I will never forget that bicycle kick that he
No.
did in that derby against Manchester City. I mean, Wayne Rooney, OMG.
Mm.
And that game, it really felt. And you know what made that goal even more significant for me? It really felt like we were up against it. It felt like City was more likely to win the game than we were. It felt like we were struggling. And that overhead kick, that was just like, nah, we had it. That was it. We
Game of all
definitely was
games,
going to
man.
we definitely was going to win that game after that. So Wayne Rooney is my top shutter. Um my boo boo of the week would have to be Italy. I mean, everybody thought that it was going to be Italy meeting Portugal. I don't know how Italy could get knocked out by North Macedonia. I
Mm.
mean, I am fairly good at geography, and I struggle to find Macedonia on a map. I ain't
Mm.
ashamed to tell you. You know what I mean? When you're talking football,
Uh,
when you're talking football giants, how you going to let North Macedonia knock you out? You know what I mean? Italy. Let me tell you something. If I want Portugal to go through. So maybe it's a good thing because I want to see a group of death with Argentina, with Messi, and Portugal with Ronaldo in the World Cup. I want this final World Cup. I want that clash, and I don't want it in the knockout stage. I want it in the group
shit.
stage. Let Portugal play Argentina. Let them go head to head. I think we all want to see them go out, blazing guns.
Yeah. So answer
Guns
all the
blazing.
critics. All the
Yeah, yeah,
critics of
yeah.
who better
You know,
than who? Who's the
um,
goat? Yeah.
Kevin Cave is saying that Tammy Abraham, who's ripping it up in Rome right now, is his top shutter. And Devin is saying his top shutter is Son. And Italy, oh, okay. Italy is his boo boo man. Yeah, well, he and I think in the same way as far as boo boo goes. So, Alan, you want to go next? Who's your top shutter of the week?
Well, I have two managers. Ten Hag for me for getting the opportunity to go through the interview, and it looking good for Manchester United. So that is my top shutter for this week. All right, there's only positive news here. And the boobo of the week was our next manager in Lampard. He is struggling. He is struggling with Everton. Yeah, I understand the two signings that he brought in. Well, one I think broke his arm, right, Donny, and I ain't seeing this fella on the pitch really, Deli Ali,
No, well,
much
that
on.
is that Donny is there on loan and he get more playing time than Deli Ali. Deli Ali, the buyout right, and Deli Ali hardly sweating.
You
So,
understand? So
obviously, these signings ain't saying nothing.
the
And
team had the man frustrated.
Everton closer to relegation with Frank Lampard there than they were before. But let's see how that goes. We have a lot of work, a lot of stuff to happen in that whole battle. You know.
You have about how much games again? About 9 games? Yeah, there are 9 games to get right.
Mm.
The
No.
dust go settle by that time.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
Barbados MUFC is saying the top shot of the week is the premier of Old Talk for everybody who has not gotten a chance to take in Old Talk United, you definitely have to take that in. That video is out both on the Facebook page and on the YouTube channel. What I will do is I would actually put a link to that video at the end of this video. So it's always something you could go and check it out. Old Talk is just a little more kickback, a little more relaxed. Men could let their mind and their tongues run free. Robert,
Mm.
talk to me. Who's your top shotter? Who's your boo boo of the week?
Um, my own was very similar to everyone else's. My top shotter was Spurs. They had a very very good week. Son really came on this week to play. He did. I watched the game, and it was Spurs right now are coming to come. You know, and my boo boo was Frank Lampard because he will get fired. He will. I'm telling you, this man is getting fired.
So,
He
Mm.
so
is
let
getting
me ask
he's
you a
he's
question.
getting fired.
If
He is.
Everton gets relegated, you don't expect them to keep Frank to try to
Nope.
bring them back up?
Nope. He's getting fired. He is getting
Fire Frank,
fired.
boy.
Fired.
I think the championship is Frank Lampard's level enough. I
Mm-hmm.
think Frank Lampard will do very good in the championship. I
Mm-hmm.
think he could bring Everton back up,
Okay. Not
and they
me.
should probably fire him then. Jeffrey is saying many of these new coaches that were recently players should have tried whatever to adapt or to adopt assistant rules. Right? They should have tried to adopt assistant rules first to gain experience, and I think that is actually a very good thing. But Wayne Rooney is doing well at Derby, even though Derby may get relegated. We
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
remember that
Wayne
Derby
Rooney
started
is
the
not
season
doing
at
well.
minus 25 points.
He is not
So
doing well.
Wayne Rooney is actually doing very well at Derby.
All the man doing, he has a boat, right? And he's using the spray to plug every hole in the boat, right? But the boat is still sinking, right? It's not gonna sink.
Not trying, he
No.
trying, Robert. He
But I
trying.
but I like
Is
Wayne
it?
Rooney in the sense that he is going out there and he is
Mhm.
not coming in and trying to get some
Yes.
cushy job
He yes,
to
he
say,
is
well,
not.
yeah, I am a United legend. Let me get a cushy job. He is going
Mm.
out there forging his own. Gerard is the same thing. Gerard went out there. He's doing his own thing. Frank Lampard probably came to the Premier League a little too soon.
But here's a very bold prediction, right? I think Frank will get relegated, right? And then he will get fired. Gerard will put Villa probably 15th. I'm telling you. Gerard is not that good. He's not. He's not that good. He is slipping as always.
Now he need two more. He need two more good signings. The two signings that he got was Coutinho on loan and
Man, the man
the
went from that week, right, that he had to continue, right, and then he went from that week to next week, Lex. No, I'm sorry.
remember
Mm,
the one of the best players to sell them off to Man City, that killed the whole team, Grealish
well,
was the talisman,
yes, yes,
They had a
yes.
come.
It
He
was.
try he trying with Coutinho, but remember
Mm.
the time Coutinho come in, they really can't do nothing. And then
No.
when he come into it's a whole new building this, so you go take this. Let's hope he don't reach down in the relegation, which he would
Well,
not,
no, 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 no.
to
He won't. He
to
won't. He
to,
won't.
to do something next season.
Mm,
You
mm,
gotta have a whole preseason to get things right, bring in some more players because
yeah.
Aston seem to be spending the money.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Probably Jack Grealish money. You understand that they're spending, so
Mm,
things
All
could only look good for them.
mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we're looking to head out. Remember, for those of you all tuning in, tomorrow is the big draw for the One Love United promotion. So we're gonna have a show tomorrow eve afternoon, to do that draw live and announce the winner of that draw. So make sure and get involved. If you have not taken the opportunity to send in, to put in an application to take part in the One Love promotion, do it now. Like this video, comment on the video on YouTube, and
Subscribe.
well, you have to be subscribed to win. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can't win. So that's it, folks. Remember, Red Devils, we don't die, we multiply. Enjoy your evening, everybody.
Hey, if you appreciate what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and let's grow this community.